For this quiz, I'm going to have you write down the words and the work and then come show me and I'll give you the makeup quiz. So here we go. This first one, I times the two numbers. These are just the two plain numbers, so I times those to get 12 or multiply those. And then I add, for this kind of problem where I'm timesing, I add the exponents. So that gives me 12x to the 8th power, 12x to the 8th. Here are some common mistakes. Some people write 12 to the 8th, forgetting to put that x in there. Some people write 12x and write that 8 so big it looks like I'm multiplying. Don't do it like that. 12x to the 8th, where that 8 is real small, way up high up there. First word is fish. Fish. For this one, I divide the two plain numbers. So on my calculator, I type in 24 and I divide that by 2. That gives me 12. And then I not add, that's this top one. For this problem where I'm doing division, I subtract the 2 powers. So that gives me x to the 8 minus 2 power, x to the 6, drawn way up high up there. This next one is the only time I multiply exponents, because otherwise I either add or I subtract, but this is the only time I multiply. So that gives me x to the 2 times 4 power 2 times x to the 8th, but I can't just write a 3 here because that 3 inside there is really 3 to the 1st, and that 1 and that 4, they also multiply. So that gives me 3 to the 4th power. And then I need to know what 3 to the 4th is. 3 times 3 times 3, 4 times gives me 9, and then that gives me 27, and then that gives me 81. So I could show you on the calculator a shortcut to get that 81, or you could multiply 4 of them. That gives me 81 x to the 8th power. All right, this next one, evaluate. Next word is surf. Surf. Plugging in this 2 where there's an x. I need to show it like this. I need to show it as f of negative 2. This shows the number I'm plugging in for x equals 20 plus 4. And here is where I plug in that 2 also. And again, it's positive 2, not negative 2. So I'm going to fix that. So I'm plugging in positive 2. Make sure you're plugging in the right number. And that gives me the function when I plug in 2, f of 2 equals 20 plus 8. F of 2, I got to write it, f of 2 equals 28. And on this problem, making sure not to plus. You never want to plus and get 24 right there before you times. That's breaking order of operations. You don't want to do that. Third word is black. Black. All right, this one, you're plugging in negative 5 into x. So that gives me f of negative 5 equals negative 4 times, and here's where I plug in the negative 5 and multiply it times that negative 4. And that gives me the function when I plug in negative 5 is positive 20 from timesing those two numbers plus 15 gives me the function at negative 5 equals 35. That's that problem right there, evaluating a function. Fourth word is curl. Curl. All right, so for this one, you start with the plain number on the left. Get rid of that minus 3 by adding 3. I stay on that side, bring down my 6x, bring down my equal, bring down my 2x. This gives me 12. On this side, I stay and now get rid of this 2x by doing the opposite. Opposite of plus 2x, subtract 2x on both sides. Makes that go away, and that gives me 4x equals 12. And then the third step here, of course, in blue, is something different than adding or subtracting. It's division. Dividing by 4 gives me x equals 3. Keeping my work nice, straight, up and down, vertical, nice straight line. For this one, I need to distribute first and combine like terms. This is distributing. I'm timesing 4 times x, and I'm multiplying 4 times 2 to get that crucial 8 right there. Then I write plus 3x. Everything else, I'm just writing the same exactly as is because I haven't touched it yet. And then my next step before I do any of these inverse operations is to combine like terms on the same side of the equation. So make sure, again, they're on the same side. So this gives me 7x plus 8 equals negative 3x plus 22. And now I could start my inverse operations. I'm going to start by subtracting 8 on both sides. First 2 steps, adding, subtracting things. Only that third step is something different, division. Then I'm going to stay on this side. I'm going to make sure I subtract that and get 14. Stay on that side and do the opposite of that minus 3x. I'm going to add that 3x away so these cancel. But make sure on this side I add that up to get 10x. Get 14 on that side still. And then the opposite of timesing is division. We'll make that cancel away. And I write my answer straight up and down if I have room. But if not, 14 over 10. Some people chose to write that as a decimal, which is 1.4, which is fine. All right, last word is blue. Blue. So show this work and the words. I'll give you the makeup quiz if you have the motivation. Good luck.